Hey, Monday night.
And we back at it again. Hey,
tell your friends
that we back at it again.
Hey, Jeff and Lex.
And we back at it again.
Hey, 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 hey. What it do, y'all? We are back for the final episode of Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. We are doing a review of season 8. Episode 20, the reunion part 2. Alright? So, again, it's me, Lex DMUA. This is my boy.
Jeffrey Taylor from JeffreyShowLive.
And we here to review all this foolishness that happened tonight because, baby girl, there might be some homeboys. It was a lot.
Just like Karlie Red.
Right. Karlie was doing a lot. And I was like, sis, cut it out. Karlie was doing too much, just like her outfit. Too much. Anyway, so talking about Karlie, we pick up right where we left off last week, and we are going over the lie detector questions.
Yes, which was a little confusing for me.
Me too, because a couple of them questions seem to ask the same thing. So I'm a little lost because first, she asked, the first question was, have you and Pooh ever slept together? And Karlie said no, and a lie detector said that she was telling the truth on that one.
Right.
Then the second part was, have you ever defecated on Pooh's sheets? And she said no, and it said she was telling the truth.
Right.
Then the third one was like, have you ever had sex with Hiram, if I'm not mistaken?
Right.
I could be wrong, y'all, but and it said that she was telling the truth. And so by this time, Karlie's like all hyped up, like, that's right, I told her telling the truth. And Pooh was like, you want to see my lie detector test? You want to see my lie detector test? And she's like, girl, don't nobody want to see that because he la. So Nina's like, calm down, y'all, calm down, we ain't done.
This is what you call a pathological.
No, she didn't even say it right.
How'd she say it? Because all I know is the right one.
Right. She over here talking about some, here's a pathological liar. Girl, wait. Why they always do this to Atlanta? Like people from Atlanta know how to talk. Like, dog, like I know we in Georgia, we look.
Cut that out.
Right, Mama was shady with that one because she kept saying it again, like she said it right the first time, and Mimi was like,
Jock was like, what?
Jock was looking like, what? Even Scrappy. Dial it. He talking about some. He looking sour now. I'll be like, you the last person that looking sour.
Right, they could have got somebody else to.
But she over here saying that, and then she asked again, because I feel like this is the same question. She goes, have you and Pooh ever been intimate?
Right.
And it says that there was some truth, like some of it was false. Like these lie detector tests, this is weird because I'm used to it being true or false. I'm not used to this three-step plan. All right, no deception, half deception, some deception, and no, like, all that's confusing. But apparently it was like something. Basically, it wasn't the whole truth. But I'm like, isn't being intimate and sleeping with somebody, ain't that the same question? I'm a little confused on that because, like, I'm like, okay, have you ever had sex with Pooh? She said no. And then, have you ever been intimate with Pooh? That sounds like.
And that's what you kind of tried to explain. Like, Karlie gets alone some nights and somebody walk up to the door with the dildo and you alone. She kind of was like trying to make it like being intimate with her on.
I must have missed that part. I don't even remember that.
Yeah, that's why she called her fat. That's what led. She was kind of like, this don't involve you fat, and she went off. And
yeah.
But it's because she kind of was trying to explain to be like, maybe Karlie. So it's like her friends, in my opinion, they feel like something did go down, just not to
that's
the
true.
extent, and just as obnoxiously as Pooh is presenting it. I think that nobody just wants their business flaunted out like that. Like,
I guess that's true. I don't believe that Karlie slept with her. I don't know. The whole thing is just weird to me. Because, like, I feel like, because Karlie has been very open about her sexual relationships. So, like, I just don't see why when we come to Pooh, like, all of a sudden, she would have a reason to lie about it. You know what I'm saying? Like, Mo seemed like he really don't care what she really did in the bedroom. That doesn't even really seem to be one of the issues at all in their relationship from what we have seen. So Girl, I don't know. That whole thing was a mess because like I said, after I think the last 2 or 3 questions, it seemed like it was something false. And also they asked her another question about Hiram, and it seemed like it was the same too. It was like, have you ever been intimate with Hiram? And it was like, it was some deception. I'm like, but didn't y'all just ask her that, the question before? But I don't know. That was confusing to me. But apparently something was on the lines was lying. And then Mimi jumps in because Nina was like, Mimi, didn't you say you witnessed something at Pooh house or whatever? And Mimi was like, basically Mimi tried to make sure her name was not in it, honey, because she was like, I did not say that I saw anything. One night we all went out and then we all headed back to Pooh's house, and we was at the studio that her husband owned at the time, and everybody left but Karlie stayed. But then she was, and then Mimi was like, the next day, that's when everything was going off in the blogs. So she was like, that's the only thing I can tell you what I know. Those are the facts that I know from what happened. So basically nothing. Is what that sounds like to me.
I'm tired of talking about she gay.
Right, like it's just too much. And then I honestly felt like when Pooh came from Shekinah, that was just so deplorable and disgusting when she sent her for no reason. Like she just came for her and was like, girl, you short, you fat, you. I'm like, girl, why is you hitting on her so hard when Shekinah wasn't even really coming for her? Like I could see Shekinah came for her, was like whatever. But she didn't even come for her. She was literally saying how, like, when Shay Mack went over there just to talk to her, she tried to get a girl a dildo. So she was just saying Pooh clearly is a very touchy-feely person, and maybe one time Karlie was over there, Pooh was just, like, being touchy-feely with Karlie. That's what she was saying. Right. And she just started going in. Like, I'm like, Pooh, ain't none of that, all that really that serious. But yet again, we never really get down to Sheetgate, so we move on to the next topic, which was, I think, Scrap.
Scrap de Leon.
Right. Yes. Scrap was looking good. I liked this.
Yes.
I liked the jacket.
Yes.
Nina, I looked up close to that wig. Baby girl, what was going on? Like, it literally, like, stopped, like, right here, and then it kind of, like, went up, like, around her forehead. I couldn't get with it, honey. Neither can I get with Karlie's outfit. And I can see her lace that was right there. Anyway, so then we bring on Moniece. I forgot she was even on this season, child. Her, KK, and for some reason, Pooh are all on the couch together, even though Pooh had nothing to do with Scrap's storyline. So I was a little lost why she was even on that particular couch set. That didn't make sense to me. And so we going back over to the deal with Scrap and Moniece and the mama and everything like that, and Scrap is like, I'm just trying to focus on being a good dad to my kids, and I'm trying to work on doing some prison reform stuff since I just got to prison myself, that's what I'm trying to focus on doing. And neither one of my baby mamas like put me on child support, so like that's why he was basically explaining like that's why he was able to get not really custody, but he's able to keep the boys for right now because he's missed out on so much time with them that their mothers are just letting them live with him for the time being.
Right.
And no Tiara.
No Tiara.
I'm used to these pop-up surprises when they bring their people on, you know what I'm saying? The people they talking about, but I guess we done cut that out because I was looking for the surprise guest to show up, but she didn't show up. So anyway, they go back over there, and him and Moniece are talking, and she confirms that, yes, she's back with AD. Right. Like I said, this is a storyline. It's not real, not factual. But anyway, KK talking about how she told me Moniece and Scrap won't go up by $3,000 or something like that, or $300 on her phone. Collect calls.
3 ways.
Right, because she said that Scrap was not going to ask Moniece to put money on her bill to talk to him, so he would ask his mama to do it, and then she said they would be on 3-way. She was like, the stuff that they were just talking about was just so nasty. And I'm just like, girl, you was really hyping this up. So then we get back to Scrap's daddy, and every time we talk about this, it gets more and more and more ludicrous. Like, I don't get it. Like, she was like, so how'd you find out about your daddy? She was like, I was taking, one of his homeboys reached out to me, and he was like, I was like, well, what happened to Willie? How he died? And then he went, that nigga ain't dead. And then she was like, what? And so Nina was like, okay, so when you found that out, when did you tell Scrap? Then she comes up with this whole convoluted story, talking about he was like, I told her his birth certificate, and I was like, what that say? And he was like, it say Will. And then she was like, okay, well, this man that he talking about, his name Will. And then what his birthday say? Then that his birthday. Okay, so that's your daddy. What? I guess we gotta read the book. KK, I need to read the book. Send me the promotional code, KK. Can I get a discount on the book, so like, cause I just don't understand. Maybe she was just trying to give us a little bit so we can just read the book. Cause I was lost. I was like, KK. The story was a mess. It was a mess. It was confusing. I was like, what is she talking about? But then it got good, and this is why they go keep KK on the show. And so then he starts talking about the whole Stevie J thing, where he asked Stevie to come talk and all that, but they had hashed that out. So Stevie J really didn't have much to say, but, I'm sorry, whatever. So then we started getting into other people who came to visit Scrap, and that's when it was like, well, you seem like you had a lot of support when you were in jail, Scrap. And he started talking about how Karlie came to visit him. And Karlie was like, yeah, of course, like, even if it was on a friendship level, like, there's nothing wrong with me for me to go see him because, any little thing, like, helps. And he was like, just the phone call, just the letter just means so much when you locked up and you don't really have that much interaction with, you don't have no interaction with the outside world. Any little conversation or I can give, was very helpful to me. And Karlie was there, and she showed up, and she came several times. And then KK, she's like, yes, she came several times. Kind of like a double entendre, you know what I'm saying? And that's when Pooh interjects, and she like, oh, well, of course she came because, they was effing. And baby, Miss KK had enough. That thing, she go, woo, latch onto her. She riding like a fork, la, la, la. And then the security, look, that's what I'm talking about, KK. Don't do no talking. Just put these hands. Because the
that's
security
exactly what she said, too.
Had no time to go get KK, bro. KK was already here. Because, like, mind you, Moniece is sitting in the middle. I'm KK, Jeff Pooh. Moniece is in the middle. Moniece is literally, like, they all on Moniece. They going back and forth. They screaming. Karlie over here crying again. Trying to run over to the side of the stage.
It's a lie.
It was too much, but it was hilarious. Because I'm like, that's why we got KK on this show. Because KK's about that old school. She brought these hands and nothing else, okay?
Scrap was talking about my mom whooped that ass.
Right. Like, he was like, because she asked, when we came back from commercial, Nina asked her, like, why did you put hands on Pooh or whatever? She was like, well, anytime you talk about my kids or in reference to my kids, there's going to be a problem. And then Scrap was like, well, basically, Pooh been popping off and being disrespectful to every woman on this cast so far, which he didn't lie, because she came for everybody's jugular except for Mimi. Like, so he was like, she keeps saying disrespectful
Akbar
stuff.
said she didn't come for me. I think Pooh said that about somebody else. Never mind.
Yeah.
Pooh said that. She didn't.
And he was like, she's being very disrespectful to like a whole bunch of the women here. And finally, you just keep running your mouth, somebody gonna get you them hands. And my mama tapped that on period. And we Pooh did not return to the stage for the rest of the show after that, honey, because
that was it.
KK shut that up. Like,
that was it.
And KK said, come at my kids. She was like, baby, I don't do no talking about that action. All right, and I'm gonna have to give you these hands. And Miss KK Pooh, that's how we know her, like the type of her book. Do you know me? Okay. She said, you gonna know me today. Okay. And so then Moniece is crying with the waterworks, talking about something. I just am never gonna put myself in the position to be hurt like that again, be dumped like trash. I just will never do that again. I'm like, girl, say these fake tears, girl. You weren't even really serious about this man. You just did this to get your little check, to hurry up and get out your contract. Girl, Mama told you had 2 more years or 2 more seasons. You said, you know what? I'm going to do 1 season in Atlanta. I'm going to do next season in LA and then get me up out of this contract and get me up out of this show. That's all it was, girl. It was not something serious. But anywho, so Moniece is crying or whatever. So then after that, they get rid of Scrap. They keep Moniece so they could talk about the Moniece, Tokyo, Spice, and Akbar drama. And then that's when Tokyo joins the stage. And you know, they was really disrespectful to my girl Tokyo because she didn't even get an introduction. Like, it wasn't like Tokyo was joining us on stage. They was like Akbar joining us on stage. So I'm like, where was my girl Tokyo? Like, she just showed up.
That's the queen.
I mean, she's a queen in her own right, you know.
Akbar?
No.
That's what I was referring to.
Oh, I was talking about
the queen
Tokyo.
got an insurance.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't really think there is a queen of Atlanta.
But you just about to go in the split that Tokyo was a queen in her own.
No, she's a queen in her own right. Like, every black woman is a queen.
Okay, so Akbar is
Right. She didn't say that, though. She said she was the queen of Atlanta, and that is not true because we had never heard of her before now. So
she been on.
Where? On Cleveland Avenue? Because that's what she said she been on. So we don't know her.
Have you heard the Moniece and Akbar track, or is it out?
Have y'all heard it? Comment down below if you heard this track. How did it sound? Okay, I ain't heard it. I don't want to listen to it.
What it was about?
You heard it was about from who?
Moniece.
Oh, okay. So the person that made the record. Anywho, we get into this drama and we rehashed this whole thing, and Akbar was just like, you know, I'm the queen. I said what I had to say, and I just felt like, you know, people was being disrespectful. They need to check in, and Tokyo said, baby, I don't even check in on my flights. So I'm not checking in with nobody in no city. I don't check in with nobody to go to no city that I go to. Okay? She was like, I show up when I show up and I make my coins and I get my money. And Spice was just like, well, baby, you're going to have to make room for another queen because I'm the queen of dance hall. And so you're going to have to be room for two queens. And pretty much the beef looked like it has been squashed because they really didn't have nothing else to say about that. So on to the next Akbar beef. It's like we did a branch line. We started at Scrap, we went to Moniece, then that beef, now we here with Akbar and Shekinah.
Oh, okay.
And it was a mess.
It was.
Because they rehashed their whole thing again. And, you know,
Akbar started speaking a different tone and everything.
She did. Voice getting low. I'm like, girl, what is this? Girl, calm down. And the thing is, I don't know why folks be coming for Shekinah so hard because she really don't be coming at nobody like that. Like, Akbar came for her like that. Pooh, I'm like, the girl didn't even come with you on that level. I just didn't understand why they were so aggressive with her. Because Shekinah basically was like the dude that she was with. He was basically a bum. He was living in her house. Shekinah was like, I was paying all the bills. He didn't have no job. He didn't have nothing. Basically live in dingaling. Okay? She said another word, but I want to say dingaling. Okay? She was like, that's all it was. It was live in dingaling. And then something happened. The boy got shot or some accident. I don't know. And that's how she met Akbar. And then Akbar told Shekinah that she was pregnant by the dude. And Shekinah was like, well, you know, do what you need to do, sis, whatever. Basically, what did she say? She decided to get an abortion, or she didn't get an abortion. I cannot remember right now. But basically, she kind of was like, whatever you want to do, that's on you. And then next thing you know, Akbar jump in, and she's like, girl, I want the dog about you. I'll do with you. You don't want this. I'll come on you. I'm like, girl, who is this? DMX? Like, why are you so aggressive? And Shekinah was just like, you know, well, I'm not trying to do that. Can I finish telling my side of the story? Because you done did all the talk you want to do. And she said, well, girl, just keep talking. And she was basically saying, you know, after she got done dealing with the dude and she was done, she didn't even know about the stuff that was going on with Akbar because the dude was still living with her. That's why she kind of was in the mix with Akbar in that whole situation. But she kind of was just saying the dude was living with her, so all his baggage basically became her baggage, and then she eventually had to leave that man because it was not a good relationship. And then next thing you know, Pooh jump in and was like, "That's why you single. That's why you da 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 da." I said, "What?" Like, she came out of nowhere, and she kind of was just like, "Girl, I don't need no man. Like, I want a man, but I don't need no man. I'm doing good on my own. So what do I need a man for to sit there and take care of? Like, no, I'm good." Then Akbar come and talk. I ain't gonna lie. When she said this, I fell out. When she called Shekinah a majorette. I ain't gonna lie. Kendall said that last week on his Instagram, and it had me crying because she low key kind of did with the little headband, and she kind of stood up and she was like, "Well, here then, let them look at my marching band costume then, like, cause I'm still popping, I'm still getting booked. So what does that matter, like?" And basically, we never got to the end of that either because it just don't seem. Next thing you know, cause we really didn't get to the end of it because next thing you know. Shekinah's like, girl, you need deliverance, you need Jesus. And it's like, you know, Akbar V get on her knees and starts to pray. And she like, Lord, help me, hit me with these girls. Basically trying to do like old girl from Faithful Love. Her little prayer.
Nice reference.
Mm-hmm.
Safari.
What was her name?
Safari.
Yes. Lord, please don't let me beat this Ash today. Please don't let me beat her. Basically, that was what Akbar was trying to do. And then I think Sierra jumped in for a little bit and was like, you know, Akbar. She did jump in. I remember what she said now. She was like, Akbar, like, I just don't even get this whole beat because we all come from the same place. Like, we all had to struggle to get here to where we are. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we all had to rise from the bottom to get where we is now. So I just don't understand what is all the animosity between y'all two. It's unnecessary. And I totally agree with her. It really is. Like, y'all both y'all both at the same place. Y'all both on the same stage. Y'all literally are both on the same platform. It's not like one is bigger than the other, in my opinion. And then we addressed the Queen of Atlanta title, and Jock basically compared it to speaking things into existence. Like how when Rick Ross came onto the game, he kept calling himself, what was it?
The boss.
The boss. And now he is the boss, apparently, child. I don't really listen to Rick Ross like that. I know he took somebody alias and he was a security guard. So, you know, you go for security call, you call yourself the boss, speak things to existence, and it will happen for you. I do believe in that. But this whole Queen of Atlanta thing, she can cut it out. But so she was just saying it's more like a word of affirmation. She's just speaking into existence. But to me, it seems like more serious than if you're trying to fight folks over it. But whatever, we could care less. Oh, she also did apologize to Moniz. Because she was like, sometimes I wouldn't call her when I knew I wasn't coming. And that was wrong of me. And again, she blamed her headaches and stuff.
Well, she got shot in the fragments.
Yeah, I know. But I just feel like it's a crutch she leading on. Like, I do. I just feel like it's a crutch. It's like, I'm not dissing what she went through or saying that her problems aren't real. But it's just that she's still able, even though it's probably hard, but there are people out here who don't have no legs, who don't have no arms, and they still get up and they go through every day. I'm pretty sure they have aches and pains too, and they still up and get work done. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, a lot of people have medical limits, but the fact is, for the most part, your body is functioning. Like, you can get up, you can do things with your body, so you should be able to just push yourself a little more. I just kind of feel like she was just using it as a crutch, not to really push through and do the work. But I don't personally know this girl, but that's just kind of that's my vibe I get from Akbar B. And I could really do without her next season. Alright, so now that we're done with the ratchetness, here come the foolishness, which is Kirk and Rashida.
They didn't even get a long out segment. I think Mona and everybody else is just getting tired of it. That was actually really...
And again, it was full of stupidness.
Yeah, that moment at the end when Rashida, got to explain the relationship, it was a mess.
It made no sense.
It was a mess.
And again, so I found an issue with Kirk and Rashida. It's like, or really this whole stereotype in general is like, so much in society when infidelity and stuff happens so many times, we want to blame the women and we don't hold the man responsible. It's like, just like with the what's his name, Tristan Thomas and the Jordan Woods thing. And this girl didn't even, she kissed him, but they ain't like they had sex. But still, who was made out to be the villain? Jordan. But it's like Tristan knew what his status was. Just like Kurt knew what his status was. I don't understand like why that same energy is not given to the man. And it happens time and time and time again. Like anytime, just out of the course of history. Like with Bill Clinton, it's like Monica Lewinsky was made out to be the bad person, but it's like this man was the whole president and a husband. It's just like, why didn't he get that same energy? And it was forgiven pretty easily by everybody. But it's just like this stereotype that just happens over and over and over again. It's like the woman gets vilified when it took two people to commit this adultery. And I feel like the person who was in a relationship who knows what's going on that day should be held more responsible than the mistress, you know? I mean, like, yeah, she knew, but at the same time, if your husband don't know how to be faithful, then that is your husband's fault. Don't blame that girl for that. Because Rashida starts going off on this tangent about, well, she just can't expect things to be how it was. Like, you knew he had a family when you got with him, and, you know, he can't spend time with you like that all the time. Like, you knew it was going to be like that. He didn't make you ever feel like it was like that. And I'm like, the girl never even said she wanted your dusty, crusty husband no more. The girl just said she wanted the man to beat her with the child. I was like, where is all this energy coming from? Like, I was so confused by that. And for you, Rashida, open your mouth and say that when your husband has cheated on you multiple times in your marriage. Because then also Rashida cleared up what she said. She was like, during the midst of this relationship, they have cheated in both parts. Meaning, basically, Rashida cheated on him when they were in a relationship, but she never cheated on them when they got married.
Still doesn't make it right.
It still doesn't make it right, but that's still two different levels. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying cheating is right by any point.
Right.
But cheating is different when I'm in a relationship with you, just like boyfriend and girlfriend. And, you know, pretty much if I'm cheating or whatever, we can pretty dead this and go our separate ways versus I'm in a committed, we are married in the eyes of God and the law, and you cheating on me. You know what I'm saying? Like, those are two different things to me. And in the midst of their not even relationship, their marriage, this man has cheated. We done seen like 3 times. So that whole segment just was a mess. And I was just like, I am sick of Kurt and Rashida. If they come back, please give them a different storyline, because this right here makes absolutely no sense. And even though I'm not even a person that's really, really on Jasmine's side, but it's just the fact of like, anytime this situation come up, it's like they always try to make Jasmine be the bad guy. And even when she said it, you can feel that nobody was on Rashida's side because nobody clapped. One person clapped, and then they realized they were the only person clapping, and they stopped. Nobody said nothing. Everybody was silent because they knew what she said it was foolish, because that had nothing to do with what Nina asked her. Nina asked her how was the relationship between Kirk and Cannon. Mm-hmm. That's what she asked her. She didn't ask her about, she want him to be around. No, she asked him, is you coming over there, is you taking care of this kid and looking after this child? That's what the question was. That whole segment was just a hot mess to me. Like, I just, like, it just stupid. And I'm on to the next thing, because this right here it drains me. On to the next one. Who do we have next that come up on the board?
Tokyo Depression. They talk about that.
Oh yeah, Tokyo. Yes. So
a new man in her life. Have you seen him on the IG?
I have. I mean, he not that cute to me, but hey, I'm single, so who am I?
She seemed happy talking about him.
Yeah, she love him now. She be talking about that man all the time,
right.
And he seemed like he treat her like a queen.
That's good.
He like present, and like I'm saying, you know, looks not everything. You know what I'm saying, and you know that may be her vibe. But he seemed to treat her good from what I see on social media. Ain't like I know the man personally, but you know she seemed happy, and they was talking to her about at least Tokyo was saying she kind of glad she had friends that come intervene. Because a lot of people, especially black people, we don't know what depression looks like.
Right.
Like, most of the time, we associate that with white people. Like, we like depression, that's for white folks. Anxiety, that's for white folks. Like, we feel like we don't go through these things just because, one, we never really was taught how to identify those emotions and how to deal with it. Or, like, people in our family that did go through those symptoms, they didn't talk about it. And so it's just like we don't really know what it looks like. So she was just like, I didn't even really know I was going through a depression until my friend stepped in and kind of had a little intervention with me. It was like, hey girl, like where you been, like whatever. And she was like, I didn't realize the reason why I wasn't getting out of bed, or I wasn't coming out as much or whatever. And I'm really glad my friends did that because they made me aware that that's what was going on with me. She was like, but you know, now that I realize it, I done kicked depression's butt and I have been back on the up and up and I'm booking and I'm doing what I gotta do. And so I was like, yes, Tokyo, come on. Y'all better bring in that mental health aspect. Y'all better bring it to the forefront. Because I feel like I talked about that again. Somebody else with mental illness, no? Not mental illness, but like a thing. I can't remember.
The closest thing I could think of is spice in her skin. There was sensitive about that with emotions and upbringings and colorism. And
I forgot. We brought that back up too. I don't forgot about that even happening.
How Young Jock said, y'all didn't accept my hairstyle, but Chris Brown.
First of all, Jock, the reason why we was joking for the hairstyle was because it was ugly, my nigga. It wasn't because of your skin. We joked Chris Brown too. They just compared this man to Uncle Bobby from Proud Family today. So everybody, we was joking everybody. They was joking on Marion. They was joking Chris Brown. Anybody that had that stupid little braid, that everybody was getting roasted, bro, because that ish was ugly. Nobody. It wasn't because of your skin color, sir. I don't know if anybody told you that, but it was not because of your skin color. It was ugly. We joked Chris Brown. We joked on Marion. We joked everybody with that hairstyle, okay? Everybody was getting flamed because the junk is ugly. The stuff that you had on your head tonight, it was ugly. Not because of your skin color, brother. It because it's just ugly.
And similar to the females, with males changing up their hairstyle and not just the traditional looks, I mean, females get talked about with their hair quite a bit because they always switch it up. I like this one, I like that one. So, John, just be prepared that, you know, I think that he has a good because he continued to do it. But similar to the females, it's kind of like you're going to be talked about with the hairstyles because everybody's not going to be, and it's not based off the color, they're just probably not good.
Yeah, it wasn't because of that. But Spice, you know, she says, you know, she loves herself. She just wanted to bring awareness to it. And, you know, Mimi was like, you know, me and Spice, we did have a private conversation. And I do realize that I do, you know, I do live from light-skin privilege. And as somebody else who is a lighter tone, I definitely have seen that privilege before in my life. And it's definitely true. And Mimi was like, you know, when I went out there and I saw that, the skin bleaching stuff was just like right there at the local store. Like I finally got what she was trying to tell me, and I'm sorry, you know, that it just took me that long to really see that. But you know, that is an important thing. And the girls, they feel like they have to look like Beyonce because everybody that's in the industry is super light skinned. There's not really anybody that has yet. I feel like we are slowly changing this stereotype, but as of yet to really break through, that is like, you know, dark skin. Besides the people like Missy Elliott, Lauryn Hill, but still of this new school, this new generation that's coming up, mainly everybody is light skinned. But I'm glad, you know, girls like Tierra Whack is coming up, and even Rico Nasty, you know what I'm saying? Like there are a darker hue of women, and I'm glad they're coming up to the spotlight. So I was really glad they talked about that again, because I just feel like it's just such an important topic to discuss, and that, you know, we have to keep going back to, because the more we talk about it, the more awareness that it brings, the more it opens up everybody's world view and point of view when we open up and talk about these subjects, which is one of the positive things that I do like about Love and Hip Hop. Amongst all the chaos, it does have some good points, okay? Like those segments. That's why I like Spice. That's why I like Tokyo, because to me, like, even though they might be a little part of foolishness, I feel like they always bring a lightness. Like, at the end of the day, like, they always bring something positive, which is why I really like Spice and Tokyo being on the show. I hope Tokyo moves to main cast next season. I would like that. For real. And maybe we can get her boo on the show. That'd be cute. But then, I think after that, we was done really talking about main storylines from what I can remember. Because mainly everybody tried to fight, you know, that always happen. Here's what it is. But yeah, after that, they did a little collage of like everything that happened, dialect, talking about dialogue and all this stuff. And yeah. So Jeff, what did you think about this season now that we're at the end?
I think that similar to watching a movie and a television show with others and not just watching it alone, it made it better. Having someone to do this with, so I'm appreciative of you, like how we just decided to do it. I think we talked about it, and then we just the third episode in, because the first two was joint together. The third one, and we jumped right into it. But I think that watching it with somebody definitely helped, because I think there was only one episode that just wasn't the best for me, but I really enjoyed the season. I feel like they had a lot of good moments for me that I made fun of. Dialect was pretty hot when it first dropped. I kind of forgot about it until they brought it back up.
Right. Now we got a pathological.
Yeah. Mama D was amazing, similar to the reunion when she mentioned on the Spice.
Wait a minute, hold on. We gotta go back to what Mama D said. They were asking Mama D, did you think plastic surgery was the same as your skin bleach? Again, Mama D did not even answer the question. She gonna go, I didn't do plastic surgery for me. I did it for me. I wanted my girls to look. I said, what? You didn't do it for you, but you did it for you. And she said, I wanted my girls to look good, so that's what I did, so I could look good. Girl, that wasn't the question. That took me out. But I'm sorry, but yeah, it's too great.
One of my top moments was, it's a lie. It's a lie. That's only going to be one of my favorite loving hip-hop moments. Akbar V was one of my favorites this season. Would you fly Delta? Like what you, like,
that was a good
like,
one.
What you doing? Akbar V facial expression with the baby. Like, what you doing? Like, what you doing?
What you doing, your baby? Don't say that. They ain't even go on her storyline at all. I just thought about that.
Came back.
They ain't even go on my girl's storyline. They ain't talk about Made Man, the baby, none of that. They said forgot about her storyline, child.
Right. So I think that's some of my favorite moments that stood out right there. I love Sierra this season, so Sierra was great.
Oh yeah, how we came together.
She said it's complicated.
Oh, she said it's complicated.
She said it's complicated.
Girl, she said that so she can stay on the show next season, and if they put them in a scene together.
But Sierra has some funny moments this season too. But those were like my top ones: the Akbar V's and the Karlie, and those were some of my faves right there. They was funny.
I did enjoy this season. I feel like it was a lot different from like past seasons of Love and Hip Hop. I kind of like the format they kind of going in. I like the shots they did this season. I feel like the production value definitely went up. Like I definitely feel like how, just like I'm saying, just the way they shot stuff was in a bit of different ways to me. Some of the storylines could have been a little bit better. Don't quite know what was going on there, but Atlanta's still my favorite. And like I said, the people I love, they bring it to me every time. I love Tokyo's storyline. I love Spice's storyline. And I really felt like this season, more than any other, I feel like brought a lot of important topics to the forefront. You know, like I said, even amongst the foolishness, I feel like they cover a lot of stuff. They talked about abortion, they talked about colorism, they talked about, light skin privilege. They talked about, I think a lot of issues that are really
mental issues.
Yeah, mental issues. A lot of things that dwell within the Black community that we don't really speak out about. You know what I'm saying? Fathers not being at home, prison reform. Like, I think those are important things to really to discuss. Obviously, Love and Hip Hop cannot go in the best articulate way because it's Love and Hip Hop and this is entertainment. But I feel like at least even trying to bring those topics to the forefront is a great step forward. But yeah, I love Tokyo's line. She was hilarious. I love her. So I was like, baby, I don't even check in at the airport. How am I gonna check in with you? Like, I love her. Mama D, always the key.
Always.
Every time. The lady is hilarious. Every time she opened her mouth, I forgot about what she was saying in Amazing Grace.
Same.
At that dinner table, when they asked her to pray over the food, they didn't ask her to sing over food. She started singing Amazing Grace. I forgot about that. But yeah, overall, I think it was a really great season. And now I'm ready for Hollywood.
Woo!
Because, baby, they dropped this super trailer. And everybody in their grandma seem like they just going to be popping up this season. Like, we got Black China popping up. Immature popping up. Marcus Houston on the block. Akon. I was like, oh, Mom, they got some little coins out. They got some people coming through. I was like, oh, I guess they said last season we did y'all a little something. We threw Brandy into the mix, but now we coming with a whole slew of people. I was like, okay. Now, mind you, these probably just going to be one chance. I think it's probably just going to be one appearance. I don't really think these people are going to have a storyline, but we shall see. But I'm very interested with this super trailer and all the foolishness looks like it's about to happen. We got Princess crying over dogs. Like, I don't know what that's, a dominatrix, that look a hot mess. But I am here for it, okay? All of it look like a giant key. And so we will be right back here. We are going to do reviews.
She's not giving us no breaks.
Simona's not giving us no breaks. So we're going to be back next Monday. And we're going to be back with our first episode of Love and Hip Hop Hollywood. So stay tuned, you guys. And as always, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And it is me, your girl, Lex DMUA. And this is my boy,
Jeffrey Taylor from JeffreyShowLive.
And we out.